Hello, 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 all my Geminis. Well, this looks like it could be quite an interesting month. I'm not really sure where it's going from what I'm picking up so far because what I'm picking up is some trust issues or learning to trust. I'm also picking up some pride issues. What do you fear? Where's the fear? Where's the fine line between pride getting in the way versus what do you fear and trust, because that has a lot to do with the creative energy that's going on. It also has a lot to do with solar plexus energy. The solar plexus is how you feel about yourself within the relationships that you're part of. You're going to be viewing a lot of energy in your material world, your professional world. What is top priority? The relationships of these outer worlds. You're self-motivated, action-oriented, and self-assertive self. But what they're really giving me is pay attention to the others. Pay attention to the others around you, because that might be giving you some insight. And are you speaking your truth? Like I said, I'm getting a little bit of fear of truth with insecurity, with fear of failure, along with being able to speak your truth with authority. It's like I said, I'm getting some pride in hiding the true way you're feeling, not really being forthcoming, but yet not really being trusting either. I guess maybe it's just a new situation and you're trying to learn what's going on. But and all across the board for all the readings I'm doing, it seems like Spirit is saying, realize whatever is going on, you're creating your reality. It is creative, it is manifesting. So this has a lot to do with, yeah, it's got a lot to do with sacral chakra, relationships, and how you feel about yourself within these relationships. And I don't mean just sexually, I mean like in a professional world, because this is outer world related. This is, feeling secure within yourself by acknowledging where the insecurity is so that you can heal it. What I just heard is so you could quit it. Stop allowing these things to pull you in unhealthy ways. I'm getting some frustration and some anger too going on within the heart. So this has something to do with also acceptance and forgiveness. Learning to trust the path either you are putting yourself on or the path that is already set for you. Yeah, like I said, they were saying something about the others, because what I'm getting is the attraction of the opposites. So this has something to do with seduction, something to do with temptation. Um, Coupling, sexuality, like I said, sacral chakra. This is to empower so that you can penetrate. I don't just mean sexually, I mean in what you're trying to create, what you're trying to bring into fruition, what you're working through for the month in general. Um, this is influencing where you're taking it and how you're going to grow with it. So this is going to have to do with also how you're choosing to perceive it and view it, because like I said, our creative manifestation also deals with how we feel about ourselves. And when we don't feel as good about ourselves, then it's harder for us to bring the positive to us. And I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying make sure that you're aware of these things. See, and the creative, the creative transformation. It is the active energy of yang, meaning action, taking action. It is inspiration, masculine energy, authority, the father, being the authority, having the strength and the power to be the creative one and where it's taking you. The next one, these are all I Ching. This because I just go wherever deck calls me. This is the biting through. This is taking the decisive action, restoring the order, justice, finding justice. It is to radiate and then to share. So this is in a form. It's also the phoenix, the fire of the phoenix, and the birth of the dragon. This is like a resurrection time for you, if you choose to take it that way. No, where is it? I feel it. 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 Okay. Yeah. And then I'm getting the standstill, which is in the cold. So you might be feeling like you've been in the cold, but what I'm saying is the standstill is also, I can never figure out how to do it. This is also like the belly, like when a mom's pregnant and the baby is still in the belly. So this is saying this month for you is kind of like the baby in the belly. You haven't quite rebirthed yet. You're being shown all the parts of the rebirth, and it's preparing. So what are you preparing this rebirth to be? And and then what energy are you going to feed it? So where are you taking it? You're getting a lot of these pieces right now to understanding yourself better, as to where understand yourself better, as to also where you want to take yourself in the future, as you're growing, renewing, creating. All right, I'm gonna look into the astrology, and then I'll see if any other cards are pulling for you. On the 14th, Mercury moves into Aquarius. Then you also have, so it's been in, what house has it been in? I thought that I lost the imaging for a second. So it has been in your, it's been in your eighth house. Your eighth house is the rules, the walls, the boundaries, the responsibilities of the relationships. And are these responsibilities, these rules of the relationships serving you or not? And are you doing your part, not just the outer world within these relationships, to make sure that the relationships do serve you? But you're actually in your ninth house and your 10th house. So you're seeing things from a new perspective. And the reason I said your ninth and your 10th house is wherever the sun is on its transit is the house you're actually in. Well, it's in your ninth house right now, but it's about to go into your 10th house, because on the 18th, the sun enters Pisces. So you've been very much viewing things from new perspectives, from new soulfulness, and seeing if that has any value, what it means to you. Are you doing it from a three-dimensional point of view, from the way the world has showed you that the world has to be, versus soulfully coming into more of your truth and what you truly want? And where are these two clashing? The ninth house is our ethics, our morals. It's our philosophy, our religion, our law, but it's also our psychic energy and our higher understanding. Okay, so in a form, on a not a natal, on a universal standpoint, that would be the Jupiter energy, the higher abundance, the higher knowledge. And this kind of info has been in your heart, soul, your head lately, as just like soul searching about reevaluating your life. Where is it taking you? Is it what you want? Does it serve you? Does it not? Or is it a waste of your time? Where are you going with it? And you're reflecting more or less and seeing what this means to you versus what the society and the way we've always known life to be, and where do you want it to go? Okay. Now, you might be starting to feel a little bit revved up, but yet kind of like you're seeing a balance, but that's not going to last very long. And I'm saying that because Mars, you've had Mercury here in retrograde, which was throwing out all of its funky junk at you. Now it's gone direct and it's about to leave this energy and come into your which house is it? It's coming into your eighth house, I believe. No, into your ninth house. So your communication in your ninth house is about to really clear up that soulful confusion, not sure, fight, fear, fight, stay, security. Your insecurity is trying to teach you what you need to, how you need to redirect, where it is you're soulfully connected to it and in alignment with it, and where you're not. Okay. Mercury is no longer in retrograde. It's about to move into this energy and really clear stuff up. But your eighth house, the relationships of the outer world and the rules of those relationships have been like off the chain, just nuts, because that's where Capricorn energy is. And right now you have Venus and Mars that are coming into balance. They're kind of like this the whole time. But on, I believe, the 17th, the day after the full moon, Mars is going to pass it, meaning now it'll be time to start taking action. You'll have Mercury switching over, starting to move towards Saturn. You'll have Mars moving in front of Venus. So you're being shown what to value, what is valued, where you're valued, where you're not, all of these different levels. Then you're going to be shown how to take action. You're also being shown on a spiritual level where it works for you, where it doesn't, what's in alignment, what's not. And then it's going to be moving into your the sun will be moving into your 10th house, which goes right back into the outer world again, but from a community standpoint. And it's looking at where's this support what you want in life and what you want to bring to your life. Do you have time for it? Is it possible? So you have also Jupiter here in this energy, which is going to be giving you a lot of power to create and bring things to you and manifest the outer world the way you want it to, as long as you're being real, as long as you're really admitting what it is you want and you're being forthcoming with yourself as well as the world around you, and you're starting to speak it instead of just take whatever bone is given to you, because that's the key here is are you taking what's being given to you? You have in your 12th house right now, which is everything. Your 12th house has Uranus in it, which is saying this is all those places where you haven't found your inner power, your insecurity, your guilt, sorrow, shame, blame, your coulda, shoulda, woulda. The 12th house is all of what we're unconscious to wanting to admit and what we don't want to see or view. And that is showing where you allow people to step on you or walk on you, and you've kind of maybe taken it and you kind of push it off, say it's okay, but it's not. And where you're seeing where you need to start being assertive. This is really what this is coming down to. Being assertive and start taking action and start making decisions. And what do you want to do? Where do you want it to go? And then what is the plan you're going to do here so that you can actually bring it into fruition? The North Node is in your 12th house, which is bringing a lot of healing to you. But you got to get out of your own way of feeling restricted. That's really what this is coming down to. If your pride is keeping you restricted, then it's actually you tapping into your insecurities. You've got to tap into your full source energy here and decide where you're wanting things to go and how you're going to create it by acknowledging what needs to shift for these relationships, these outer world, the other people in your life? Are they working for you, or are they manipulating you, or you get where I'm going, and how is that going to help? So you're going to be viewing things from this point of view and seeing what actions need to be taken place. There's like I said, there's a lot of power for you to come into a higher level of authority within yourself for this month, but throughout the whole year. But this is going to be having to do with a lot of finding some inner liberation, inner dignity to say, this is what I want, and this is the way it has to be, and this is what I would like to create, and is it in alignment with you or not? It's really that simple. I have one deck that's calling. Do you have anything left to say for Gemini? Okay, for whoever this is for. And I don't know because I don't know how to give that to you. I was just given like a spirit guide, but it's messing with my head because what I'm seeing is a squirrel, but what I'm hearing is a groundhog. So that might also have to do with Groundhog Day, and in general, if seeing the shadow or not seeing the shadow, or you're starting a new cycle or you're not. I mean, I'm just giving you things to play off of. It may be a hidden message, of you know a few more weeks, a few more months of your cold versus, are you ready to start to go into the spring? This is ultimately your choice, is what I'm getting. Because, like I said, what I'm seeing is a squirrel, but they're giving it to me and telling me it's a groundhog, and they're clearly not the same. So I'll let you figure out what that means for you. All right, Gemini, is there anything here that is specific for Gemini? Release. Release what is not yours. Release what is not in, you know, wow, and sanctum with you is what I just heard. Release what is not with you, what is not in your vibrational frequency, what is not in alignment with you. Release it, let it go, because you are sacred. You are needed. And you are just as powerful as anybody else, but you've got to know it. You've got to feel it. You got to believe it. You got to get past your insecurity. Yeah, this is the time of resurrection. I'm getting it for a lot of people in different ways, for a lot of the different signs. So I really feel like the groundhog thing is saying, depending on what you choose and how you choose to act right now, will depend on how much longer the old cycle will continue or the new one will begin. Perseverance. Stick to what you're doing. Don't give up. And I was saying right off the bat, don't get psyched out this month. Don't get psyched out this month. And you are getting a little bit of tough love to learn the lesson with, more or less. But, or maybe you got to give some tough love. It says tap your resources, but for me, this is trusting in you, trusting in where you're wanting to go, believe in you, be faithful to you. And you may not get there necessarily right now, but you will be designing the path. That was their words. You're designing the path for what it is you are trying to bring into fruition. So, like I said, a lot of this is, getting the pride out of the way, or maybe stepping into the pride so that you can step into your power. Starting to acknowledge yourself. Give yourself the credit you deserve, baby. I love you guys. I will see you next month. Bye.